Why would a landlord choose you over a traditional letting agent? On today's episode, I'm going to break down 5 key benefits of rent to rent that are sometimes overlooked, by the way, that if you can communicate, it will be easy, okay? If you're brand new to the channel, I'm Simon and I'm best known for my rent to rent business. I've done countless deals now, helped others do the same, and I reinvest the cash flow from rent to rent into assets, BRRRs, HMOs, SAs, you name it. And I've only been doing this for a few years, so if you want to get into this, you can do this stuff too. I'm just a normal dude, and it is easy when you know how. So that sounds good. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and follow for weekly content. So let's get into it. Number 1, guaranteed rent. Traditional agencies do not offer guaranteed rent, or at least I've yet to see one. So it's a massive, massive selling point because no matter what you say, the landlords want one main thing from an investment property. And guess what it is? It's rent, it's cash flow. So if you can guarantee them that, then you're on to something. A traditional letting agent can't do that. When you sign up with one of those, they've got to market the property, they've got to then conduct viewings, they've then got to do the applications, they've then got people falling out or not passing checks, they've then got to move them in. They then, like 6 months later, the family situations have changed and they've got to move out, and then they've got more and more voids. So with us, guaranteed rent, no voids. Number 2, no fees or commissions. So if you've worked with a traditional letting agent before, you will know that they charge commissions, they charge fees, not just to manage the property, but to find tenants, to do inventories, to do check-ins, check-outs, relets, marketing costs, photo shoots, all of these costs that go to the landlord. So if I can come along to you and say, you know what, I'll guarantee your rent, there's no fees, no commissions, and this is the bottom line figure you're going to get every month, that's a huge benefit. And something that's often overlooked with the commissions and fees is they are all plus VAT. So when you're paying a 10%, it is not 10%, it's more like 12 because there's VAT added, and it really, really does chip away at your rent. So big selling point, no fees, no commissions. Number 3 is it's hands-free, it's hands-off. They don't have to worry. That's the whole point of this. So with a traditional agent, often the landlord will still have to get involved as much as they don't want to. They'll still have to approve all the minor maintenance. They'll still have to, be in the communication loop. They'll have to know so-and-so's given notice, so-and-so's this, so-and-so's that. Whereas if you can get your rent-to-rent business really, really optimized, the landlord shouldn't have to hear from you unless they want to. So that's a key thing. I mean, I remember when I first got my property and I didn't manage it actually, I went with an agent and I didn't want to hear about it. I just wanted them to deal with it. And I wanted to trust that they could deal with it for me, but a lot of the time they couldn't. And inspections weren't done. When I got the property back at the end, it was poor, and then that got hit on me because the deposits couldn't fund all that. So it's an idea of not only being hands off, but also being able to trust someone and knowing you don't need to hear it. Massive benefit for most landlords. Number 4, cosmetic refurbs. Which other letting agent do you know that will go in there and actually add value and not charge the landlord? It is unheard of. So this is great for landlords whose properties maybe aren't in the best condition. And it's also great for landlords that maybe their property's in so-so condition, but you're going to give it that extra 10, 20%. Because not only are you doing the work for them, you're funding it, and you're also just taking all the stress out of it. Now, quick caveat here. We don't do kitchens, no new bathrooms, nothing structural, no skimming or plastering walls. We're only doing the minor cosmetic stuff. And if the landlord does decide they want to do the bigger stuff, that's fine. We'll manage it, but they must fund it. So I don't want anybody out there investing too much money in these properties because guess what? We don't own them. Okay, so it's really important. Do not spend too much on a rent-to-rent deal. Number 5, long-term let. Which landlord would not want that? And a traditional agent cannot guarantee that. Family could come in for 6 months, a year, and then move on. In fact, a lot of them will, because they'll want to go on and buy. So when you say to a landlord, we'll guarantee your rent, we'll be your tenant for 3 years, that is a big, big deal. And it's something to celebrate, okay? So there's massive, massive, massive benefits to this. So what you need to do when you're offering these great benefits is just remember that and understand that rent to rent, what you're offering is a great thing. Don't feel like you're the one that's like, begging them. Even though you want the cash flow, it's a win-win. So, sorry, Mr. Letting Agent, but rent to rent does have the edge. And I've worked with landlords now that love what we do so much. They've moved over all their portfolio to us. They're telling their friends, they're telling their families, they're posting about it. They absolutely love it. So when you are selling rent to rent, make sure that you include these 5 key benefits in your letter sends, on your website, and in your communications with landlords. If you like this, if you find it useful, all I ask is that you subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.